Are you ready? Are you ready?
Woo!
Check 1, 2, 2. Good morning and welcome to the historic dome in Eagle River. It's time for Game 7 of the 2025 GLHL Tournament. Today's matchup between the Mosinee Papermakers and the Fond du Lac Bears, excuse me. Check 1, 2, 2. Both teams coming out on the ice here at the historic dome. Mosinee excuse me, trying to get something taken care of here. Mosinee and Fond du Lac here to face off from the historic dome, coming your way here in just a couple minutes. I got to step away, get my broadcast started here. The game started here, excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Check 1, 2, 2. Check 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Check 1, 2, 2, 2. We're back. Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to the historic Eagle River Dome. It's time for Game 7 of the GLHL Tournament between the Mosinee Papermakers and the Fond du Lac Bears. Let's meet the starting lineups for today. First for the Papermakers, starting in goal, number 30, Ian Carroll. On defense, number 10, Eli Robinson. On defense, number 17, Greg Hansen. At forward, number 23, Russell Johnson. At forward, number 25, Jason McAloon. At forward, number 9, Nick Diavolo. And now for the now for the Fond du Lac Bears. Starting in goal, number 30, Alex Kruger. On defense, number 6, Niles Owen. On defense, number 7, Connor Martin. At forward, number 21, Brady Beekman. At forward, number 22, Nick Sciorda. At forward, number 27, Dylan Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and remove your hats and join us as we honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed for you this morning by Mr. Rick Behrens. We want to thank the great folks at General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo's, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Adult beverages are for sale right next to the lobby area. Don't forget to stop out at the concession stand. We got some delicious subs out there, I believe, still from Energy Mart. Underway here at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Diavolo taking off his feet. McAloon now tries to dump it in, goes off the back of one of the Bears players. Find my right sheets. You wouldn't think that I'd be ready, would you? Running around doing too many other things. Bears moving across in front of the Mosinee bench. All tangled up. There we go. Now I found the right one. Again, thank you all of you tuning in for the 2025 GLHL Tournament. Bears into the zone here. Almost able to bat it out of the air as he came across. We got a little extra pushing and shoving going on. That rebound hopped up over Carroll, and he tried to baseball swing it as he came past. That was, Monfils, excuse me. Got to make sure I can see here this morning. Still trying to wake up. It was a long night. Let me tell you, we closed this place down. It's what we do. Makers toss it out into the neutral zone. It's picked up, moved across by Rowe. Hansen pushes it back out of the zone. Excuse me, that was Jornberg. Pushed down below the goal line. Brought out by Mulski. Thrown out into the neutral zone. Bears able to control. Moved off onto the far side. McGoughlin pushed off the puck. Where did I put that other booklet? I had another one, but I don't anymore. Dang. I could read that one better, too. Bears coming in. They got to step around the Mosinee defense. Taken down on his way in. He slides into Carroll on his way through. That was Foster that slid into Carroll. Trying to get everything cleaned up there. Lentz is going to face off with Lemanski. Makers able to control, move it around the back of the net. Right out front, unable to capitalize though as it came across, was Foster. Carroll able to eat up the shot as it came in there. Kind of went right into his gut. 17:28 here remaining in the first period. We're still scoreless at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Lemanski on the draw. He faced off with Diavolo. Carroll puts his glove on top of it. Excuse me, folks. 2 quick goals by Mosini. I apologize. I had to step away. I was on the phone there. Score. Come on. Scoring. Scoring. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 2. Check 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Sorry, guys, trying to get things fixed here. Just didn't want you to hear me cursing like I had Tretz. Oh, run hard off into the boards there. That was Zegerzebski that was rode off into the boards. Here's Hansen with it. Hansen backhands it in. Carroll blocks it up. I got to step away, guys. I got to run over to the other side and check what's going on, make sure they got things fixed. I will be back. Puck's going to get dumped down the length of the ice here again. Big hit there right in front of the penalty box.
I got it. Is that all he said? Huh? Is that all he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bears bring it back. Tie it up before the first period ends. Hopefully we're not all jacked up here, folks. I do apologize. I had some issues with things. Non-stop issues. What can I say? So at the end of the first period, we're tied 2-2 here at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Bears out shooting the Papermakers. Almost 2-1, 15-7 here. Tying it up in the last minute as we go into the first intermission. We're going to step away here for just a few minutes, get some things squared away here, hopefully, and be right back with you.
Are you ready?
Woo!
Back here at the historic Dome in Eagle River for the second period between the Mosinee Papermakers and the Fond du Lac Bears. Bears coming through the neutral zone here, coming in 2-on-1. And they're going to put it in the back of the net, starting out the period just 18 seconds in. And the Bears are up 3-2. Fond du Lac Bears goal scored by number 27, Dylan Fox. Assisted by number 22, Nick Sciorda. And number 6, Niles Owen. Time of the goal, 18 seconds of the second period. And that's GLHL hockey, baby. Woo! Glove down out of the air there. Brought back into the zone. Fond du Lac fans giving it to Carroll. We got a penalty coming up here on Sciorda. Looks to be a call on tripping. 1856. Fond du Lac penalty on number 22, Nick Sciorda. He received 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 18:56 of the second period. With that, we have a Papermakers power play. Face-off's going to be to the near side of Davidson. Diavolo on the draw for the Papermakers. Bears dump it down in the length of the ice. Carroll's going to come out and grab it up. Throw it around the back of the net, around the boards. McAloon pushes it back down to Hansen. Hansen into the neutral zone here. Hansen, the GLHL assist leader this year. Here's Diavolo with it at center ice. Moves it off onto the far side. Zegerzebski had moved it off, and it was sent in, I believe, by McAloon. I couldn't see it. It was right below me here as it had happened. Puck goes out of play. We're looking for another one here. 17:46 here remaining in the second period. Jornberg moved it off, and it was sent in off the stick of Christensen. Owens pushed off the puck. Big hit down there coming in was, Christensen. Nice big hit down in the near side corner. Jornberg moves it ahead. Tied up as he came through was Jonathan. Battling for it over on the far side. Coming away with it is Jornberg. Schornberg sends it around the back of the net. Picked up, moved out high to the point. Going to be sent in by Anderson. Bears able to sweep it away back out of the zone. Both teams at full strength. Mosinee going to be going for two. Number 22 getting called for a hook. $16-41. Mosinee penalty on number 22, Evan Anderson. He received 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 16:41. With that, we have a Bears power play. Oh! Carroll was down. Coming up to swat at it was Martin, unable to connect. He had a wide open net. He could have buried that thing. Martin with it again. He's going to move it off. He leaves it there for Sabel. Pushed up the boards. Going to be swatted by Flipiek. All the way down. Davidson came out to stop it. He's going to let it go. It's going to be picked up as it comes around the back of the net by Danny Rowe. He moved it off onto the far side to Martin. Martin stops it up down in the far side corner. Moves it out high to the point. Gave it out there to Monfils. Out to Martin in front. His shot gets deflected off onto the far side. Coming back the other way with it is Johnson. Bears turning it back the other way. Here's Danny Rowe. Danny Rowe leaves it off. Moved across. Greg Hansen able to break it up. Moved back out. Martin moves it across to the far side. Davidson sends it around. Moved off to the far side. Here coming into the zone with it. The shot gloved up by Carroll. Shot came in off of the stick of Dylan Fox. 15:05 here remaining in the second period. Bears up 3-2 over the Mosinee Papermakers. It's the 2025 GLHL Tournament coming to you live from Eagle River. Kicked out high. Hansen able to keep it in. He's going to move it off onto the far side. Shot's going to get sent in there off the stick of Jonathan. Bears able to control. Both teams at full strength. Right up front, Bears put it in the back of the net. That was Dylan Fox. Fox able to bury it off the rebound. I'm not sure who was down there next to him. We'll wait for the call to come over from the box. Oh, I love when I don't have the right numbers. Now I got to dig in my phone and find them. Brady Beekman. Where are you at, Beekman? We're in the wrong number. Scoring for the Bears, number 27, Dylan Fox. Assisted by number 21, Brady Beekman. Also assisted by number 22, Nick Sciarda. Time to goal, 15:31. Shot there was pushed in at the net by Safford. Out high to the point. Going to be tipped up and over the net. Schoenberg chops it away, but it's right out front. Going to go off of the buffer side and up into the netting behind the goal. Hard shot there as it came in. Shot came off of the stick of Buchholz. Excuse me, Michele Buchholz. Tossed down into the far side corner. Slew of the PLP folks down there watching. Must be intermission over at the second rink. Moved out high. Owens moves it down low. Right out in the slot. Ian Carroll able to get the door closed just in time. Shot coming in from Greeby right out front. Moved down into the corner, kicked back out high, out into the slot. Excuse me, I can't even talk all of a sudden. Diavolo is going to dump it down, going to go the length of the ice. Back there giving chase is Johnson. Johnson rode off into the boards. McAloon coming in to help. Puck's kicked out. Bears now bringing it through the neutral zone. Back through the neutral zone with it is Monfils. Pushed behind the net. Dropped down low to the goal line. Monfils with it. Moved off onto the near side here. Looking for someone in the slot. Unable to catch it as it came across with Sable. Excuse me, that was Greeby. Coming in here with a step. Unable to capitalize there as he lost it in his feet coming across. Tangled up as they came through. I don't think it was actually anybody that tripped him. He just kind of got lost in his feet. 11:21 here remaining in the second period. Puck's going to come to the length of the ice. We're going to have another stoppage here, 11:14. 4-2 lead here for the Fond du Lac Bears over the Mosinee Papermakers. Mosinee started it out quick, but the Bears able to come back. Moved out high to the point. Tipped as it comes in. Looking for the tip there was Beekman. Rowe with it. He moves it across. Sent down in. Crashing for it. Just about had something there as he came in. Dylan Fox coming in with some speed. Crashing that net. on the far side. Tossed in, going to be picked up by the Papermakers. Turned the other way by Zegerzebski. Now moved in. Molsky dumped it down into the corner, going to come around the back of the net. Molsky came across, looking to help out, but it's moved away by the Bears onto the far side. Out through the neutral zone here, now Davison has it. Moves it off. He had given it to Anderson, who sent it away. Bears coming back the other way here. Right out front, looking for somebody coming across through the slot, was Beekman. Kicked out. Big shot here. Gonna go off of the shins of Davis. Bears fans making some noise. Hustling back for it was Foster. He moved it out to Owens, moved back down to Foster, and wasn't able to control it. Papermakers now coming the other way with it. Theron Bauer lost the puck. It's going to come to the Bears. They're going to push somebody up on the blue line, and they're going to be able to come past. Oh, my Lord, they had Ian Carroll beat. Unable to do anything, though, as the puck slid just wide. Just about 9 minutes remaining here in the second period. Puck's going to get tipped up into the netting behind the goal. Moved out and dumped into the far corner. We're going to have a penalty coming up here on the Papermakers. Interference being called on the Papermakers. It's going to be on number 12, Max Culp. Mosinee penalty on number 12, Max Culp. He received 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 8:56 remaining in the second period. With that, we have a Bears power play. Moved off down below the goal line. Moved out high onto the point here. Monfils moves it down into the slot. He was looking for a pass coming across. Settle. Bears stop it up below the goal line. Bringing it out is Martin. Martin moves it off onto the far side. Gave it off to Buchholz. Micah Buchholz. Moved out high onto the point. Buchholz with it. Gets kicked down, back out high. They're moving it around pretty quick here. Good passing by the Bears. Monfils sends it in. But Carroll able to close the door. 46 seconds here remaining in the power play opportunity for the Bears. 7:42 remaining in the second period. Mosinee desperately looking to make something happen here. McAloon was on the draw for the Makers. Moved across by the Bears. Out high, top of the circle. McCaughlin moved it off. Gave it to Rowe. Rowe dumped it down. Going to come around the back of the net. Going to be picked up back there as it comes around by Sorda. To Beekman, who moved it out high to the point to Rowe. And now low. I'm not sure if Beekman picked it up. I don't think he did, actually. I believe it was Dylan Fox. I believe it was Dylan Fox that got that goal. He Had a couple guys around him there down in the corner of the net. But I believe it was him that was able to pick it up. That's who they were patting on the head anyway. Waiting for the call to come across. And we'll have it for you. Yes, it was Brady Beekman. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Dylan Fox. Beekman was one of the assists on there. The other was Seorda. Press skip. Scoring for the Bears, number 27, Dylan Fox. Assisted by number 22, Nick Siarda. Also assisted by number 21, Brady Beekman. Bears goals, 7:08 remaining in the second period. Now, no, Davidson able to knock down the shot that comes across. And come around the back of the net. Hansen pushes it ahead. He tried to give it to Molsky. Molsky swatted away, but the Bears able to get control of it. Hansen breaks up the pass coming across. Tossed up off the boards. Owens able to break it up. Hansen's going to chop it down and kill some time. Thrown out, picked up by Rickliffs and dumped into the zone. Here's Tom Lentz with it in the far corner. Bears coming back the other way. They're going to dump it down in the zone. Carroll stops it up as it comes across the goal line. Papermakers toss it back out into the neutral zone. Bears going to dump it back down in. Carroll's got one coming fast. So Sable was crashing down on the net. Out on the far side. Spun around, sent back in, broke up by the Papermakers defense. Slid and poked away there by Rickliffs. Back down. Bears send it back up to the Papermakers blue line. Back in with it. Dropped off outside of the far circle. Back out. Have to come out of the zone. They weren't able to keep it in the blue line. Circling back with it is Martin. He tosses it off to the far side of the blue line. Back into the zone with it. Round the back of the net. Makers able to get it up in front of the penalty box. Coming into the zone here with a little bit of speed is Johnson. Trying to dig it off the back of the net. But the goal off its moorings. Or actually, I take that back. The puck was stuck up on the back of the net. That's what Davidson was pointing at. 4:13 here remaining in the second period. Great big thank you to the folks at General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo's, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Sabo with it. Moves it off. Gave it to Austin. Makers coming back the other way. Davis moves it ahead onto the far side to Johnson. Johnson shot. Davis almost able to get a backhand. Just hopped up over the crossbar. Beautiful opportunity there. Almost able to pop it. But Davidson able to swipe it away after it came down. Sables. His shot goes up over the crossbar and to the backboards. Here comes McAloon. McAloon, his shot, looking for the 5-hole. Davidson able to close the door. Bears send it around the back of the net. Going to toss it up to the far side of the Papermakers blue line. Coming in with it is Monfils. And we're going to have a tripping called here on Mozani. That's going to be on Tom Christensen. Papermakers penalty on number 16, Tom Christensen. He received 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3:15 remaining in the second period. With that, we have another Bears power play. Puck's going to get sent down. Hustling back after it is Jonathan. Rowe throws it off behind the net. Picked up on the near side. Going to be moved back over to Rowe on the far side. Back over here onto the near side. Back into the zone. Ian Carroll takes the shot into his chest from Dylan Fox. 2:23 here remaining in the second period. 5-2 lead for the Fond du Lac Bears. They're on the power play here for another minute and 8 seconds. Lemanski was on the draw for the Bears. Going to be sent in off the stick of Martin, but it's gloved down by Carroll as it comes across. Max Culp on the draw for the Papermakers. He's going to face off with Lemanski. Makers toss it down, chop it down to the near side corner. Davidson comes out to reach it. Lemanski now coming back through the neutral zone with it. Moved across to the near side boards. Creeby's shot, rebound, but quickly swept in between the legs by Carroll. Creeby put a hard shot on him looking for that 5-hole. Lemanski on the draw. He faced off with Culp. Buck's going to come all the way down. Davidson's going to stop it up just above the goal line. Leave it off for one of his defenders. It's dropped and dropped there for Martin. Martin now brings it out. Moves it off onto the near side to Glumski. Coming back the other way is Culp. He was able to steal it away, but Martin able to break it up. Moved out high, kept in the zone. Cleveland able to keep it in the zone there. Culp digging for it. Penalty's over. Both teams at full strength. Tossed back down in by the Bears. Carroll pushes it off. It's going to go right onto the stick of Greeby. Sorry, the writing's kind of small, guys. Sometimes I got to look. And they're not in the right area. Numerically, it's a different number. I had to change it up, so. We'll get her done. Owen sends it up the boards. He was looking for Sable as it came across, but it was too high. He wasn't able to knock it down. Puck's going to come back the length of the ice. 32 seconds here remaining. We're going to have a face-off to the far side of Davidson in the Bears zone. Shot there. Going to be wide. Moved out high onto the point. Cleveland sends it in. Diavolo dumps it back down below the goal line. Picked up down there by Johnson. Bears able to get control of it. Tossed off. Bears move it across. Robinson had sent it across to Cleveland, and Cleveland moved it ahead. He was looking for Diavolo or McAloon, but the puck gets sent back to the other end. 2 seconds here remaining in the second period. Bears out shooting Mosinee. Still almost 2-1, 33-16. McAloon on the draw for the Papermakers. Great opportunity there for Russell Johnson, but he just couldn't connect as McAloon was able to win the draw. Draws it back to him, and he just whiffed on the shot. Not much you can do there. Bears up by 3 here as we go into the second intermission here at the 2025 GLHL Tournament in Eagle River. We're going to step away for just a little bit. We got to go get a refreshment, stretch the legs a little bit. We'll be back with you shortly.
Are you ready?
Woo!
Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, check. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, check. Sorry about that, folks. Just trying to get things back up and running. My headset is all jacked up, and now I got double things playing. Hope I'm not blowing your eardrums out or anything like that here as we talk. I do apologize. I tried to move things up a little bit. Hopefully we're loud enough. Hopefully you're able to hear us plain, clear, all that good stuff. Just about 2 minutes into the third period here. Bears up 5-2 over the Mosinee Papermakers here at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Big thank you to all of you tuning in to our broadcast of the 2025 GLHL Tournament. Push down in below the goal line, sent around the boards. Unable to hold it in the zone, it's going to come back out into the neutral zone here. Buckholz moves it across to the far side. Going to be sent into the near side corner from McGoughlin. Davis with it now for the Papermakers. Throws it off the boards. It's stopped up along the boards there by Sable. Lentz pushes it down into the Bears zone. Kicked in. And that's going to be a goal here for the Papermakers. It was actually kicked in off of the shin guard of one of the Bears defenders. Looks like the goal's going to go to Hunter Rickliffs. Trying to get a couple things pulled back together here. I do apologize. Scoring for the Bears, number 24, Anthony Grebe. Unassisted. Time of the goal, 3:08. Ha! Wrong sheet. Wrong sheet. That goal was scored by number 24, Hunter Rifflick. Excuse my mistake, Hunter. You'd think I would have known when I said Grebe's name. Maybe I did. All right, we're going to try to find our backside here for a second as I catch up on two things. Oh, crap. Crap, I'm sorry. Over into the far corner. Picked up. Pushed up the boards, out high to the point. Over onto the near side here, Robinson tried to send it in. Now tossed back in by Loomis. Out on the far side, lost in his feet. Lemensky's going to come away with it. Here's McAloon. McAloon. Coming through, going to be tipped up just over the net. Chopped out. Off the back of the net. Bears circling back out around the top of the zone. Top of the far circle. Martin tried to send it in. It was deflected away into the near side. Lost track of it there. I'm not sure quite where it went. Must have went up out of play. Oh, yep, went past the side of the net. That's where we lost it. Moved over across to Hansen. Hansen pushes it ahead. Out through the neutral zone. Unable to catch it was Jonathan as it comes past. Back into the maker zone. Buckholz pushes it out high. Just off the buffer side. And deflected wide by Carroll. Sable sent his shot in. Coming across looking for the rebound was Martin. Sable moves it off. Gave it to Buckholz. Jarrett Buckholz sent it in, but Carroll able to close the door. 13:08 here remaining in the third period. Dropped out high to the point, moved across to Owens. Owens sends it in wide of the net, going to come around to the near side. Picked up here by Flipiak. He's going to toss it back, give it off to Rickliffs. Hopped back out. Davidson had to grab it up out of there as it popped back up and came back in front of the net from over the top off the boards. 12:39 here remaining in the third period. Coming down. Able to, tried to baseball swing it as it came through. Nice little tip as it came across. That was Stafford that I believe took a swat at it. On the draw for the Bears was Buckholz. Michelle Buckholz. Here's Flipiak. Flipiak moves it to Lentz. Lentz, top of the near circle, sends it in, but it's gloved down by Davidson. 12:09 remaining in the third period here. What on earth is that? Oh, my Lord. I apologize. Trying to answer things here. Bears move it back out high to the point. Buckholz moves it across. Oh, it gets tipped back right out in front. Flipiak able to break up the play as it comes across in front. They were looking for, Sororta. Davis tosses it up, backhand out the length of the ice. We're going to have a stoppage here for icing. 11:16 remaining in the third period. 5-3 lead here for the Fond du Lac Bears over the Mosinee Papermakers. Oh, good Lord. I hope that works out. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, folks. Shot sent in there off the stick of McLaughlin. Makers toss it around to the far side. Thrown up out of the zone by Alstrom. Carroll pushes it off to the near side corner. Bears able to get control of it. Going to be brought around the back of the net by Culp. Sent off the boards. Just past Alstrom. Going to come down Davidson. Going to send it up off the near side boards. Going to be picked up there by Shake. Lemanski with it. Buckholz. Culp tries to steal it away. Buckholz able to keep control of it. He's moving back down to the north end. Culp moves it off. He gave it to Christensen, who moved it off to Bauer. Alstrom sends it across. Going to come all the way back up out of the zone. Christensen moved it ahead. Alstrom tries to give it back. He gives it back to Christensen. Going to get sent all the way down in behind the Bears goal. They're coming back the other way with it now here back into the Mosinee end. Carroll left one loose right out in front of him and coming across, almost able to pick it out of there, was Anthony Grebe. And now the Bears put it in the back of the net and they're up by 3. I believe that was Sable that put it in. Scoring for the Bears, number 18, Ryan Sable, assisted by number 24, Anthony Grebe. Bears fans even chirping Coleman as he's on the bench. Robbie, a crafty old veteran. And the paper makers put it in the back of the net. Russell Johnson. Russell Johnson picking up the goal right out front of the net. Toss down below the goal line. I love that when they do that. Sorry, guys, digging for a number. Scoring for Mosinee was number 23, Russell Johnson. He was assisted by number 25, Jason McAloon. Scoring for the Bears, number 21, Brady Beekman. Unassisted. My apologies, folks, trying to get all these things working and keeping them going. Feel free to shut me off and just watch the game. That's fine, too. You don't have to listen to my stupid behind. Bears going to toss it up all the way the length of the ice. Ian Carroll's going to stop it up just in front of the goal. Picked up there, brought around the back of the net by Robinson. Robinson has it stole away from him. Pushed right out front. Johnson takes it away. Slips around a man. Comes around a second man. Passes it off. Gave it to McAloon. McAloon has it pulled out of the zone. He's going to glove it down, send it in just over the glove of Davidson. Davis with it now. Davis moves it ahead. It's pushed off to Zagerzebski. Excuse me. On the far side with it is Schwartzmiller, excuse me. Bears send her down back to their defense. They slap it up. Coming in with some speed now as he comes across the line. Is Safford. Oh, let's make sure that's right. Sorry, running between a couple different things here, trying to make sure I have the right numbers on the right people, and it doesn't always work that way. Coming around the top of the circle, moved off. Makers moving through the neutral zone with it. Going to be pushed back right in front of their bench with it, moved off to the far side. Right in front of the Bears bench. Chasing it down with Zagerzebski. Zagerzebski, his shot right into the chest of Davidson. .320 here remaining in the third period. Tom Lentz on the draw for the Papermakers. He faced off with Lemensky. Bears able to get it out of the zone, but the Makers send it back in. High shot, tipped up into the netting, coming in from Christensen. 3:08 remaining in the third period. Coming up after this, the Eagle River Falcons take on the De Pere Deacons in their second game of pool play here at the tournament. Poked away. Tom Lentz throws it off to the far side. Lemensky's going to grab it up, drops it off, left it there for Buchholz. Martin now coming through the neutral zone with it, back into the Papermakers' end. Turns back in the near side corner, coming back up the boards towards the Papermaker bench. Tosses it back down and around the back of the net. Makers unable to make the pass coming through. It's going to go down the length of the ice. 2:23 here remaining in the third period. Puck gets tipped up into the netting right over by a mass of De Pere Deacons players over in the corner. 2:07 here remaining in the third period. 7-4 lead for the Fond du Lac Bears. As we're just about wrapping up regulation time. This one running a little late as it's a 1 p.m. start here, I believe, for the Falcons, but they'll just come out on some dirty ice and warm up, and we'll get us right back on time. Max Culp moves it back off, left it off there for Robinson. Robinson rubbed off the puck in front of the penalty box. Puck gets tossed back to Anderson here, and he throws it ahead, back down into the Bears zone. Rowe moves it up the boards. Kick down there by Shake. Sent in by Buchholz, Jarrett Buchholz. One minute remaining in the game. 1 minute. You're welcome. Back down into the zone here. Here's Cleveland, excuse me. Swatted down in by Diavallo. Cleveland shot. Going to go off of a Bears defender. Coming back the other way. Buchholz, Jared Buchholz. Going to dump it down in. 25 seconds about remaining. Here's Davis. And the Bears fans letting the Mosinee Papermakers know golf season is here. Drop down, throwing back in. And that's going to do it for the Mosinee Papermakers season as they close it out here with a loss to the Fond du Lac Bears. It's going to end their pool play, I believe, as we move forward here. It's going to definitely ends their pool play. Their shot, I don't think they're eligible in the wild card. I believe they are out. I don't have the exact answer for you on that because I'm not in front of anything official. But I'll fake it till I make it, right? Anyway, the Bears come away with a 7-4 win over the Mosinee Papermakers here at the 2025 GLHL Tournament in Eagle River. Moving on. We'll get you some times posted for all the games and the matchups as they come up here later on. Coming up next, next door, we have playing right now the Fox City Ice Dogs against the Portage Lake Pioneers. Closing out their pool play over there. Then we're going to have the Eagle River Falcons taking on the De Pere Deacons coming up here next. They're just about to come out for warm-ups. We're going to go ahead and step away. We'll be back with you shortly. Please make sure to join us for our next broadcast.
Are you ready?